y'all are doing well. Welcome back to my channel for those returning, and welcome to my channel for those who are new. So, alright, let me move this. This is a little bit of a distraction. So I'm going to do, it's kind of like a video request. I told the viewer, it's not just this viewer, but several other viewers asked about it. So I figured I'd just go ahead and make a video and y'all can just, you know, like if you want to use this method, then, you know, you're welcome to. But I have one nail chipped. I don't even care who's going to watch this anyway. So, okay, how to not run out of booklets when you're in need of inserts for your traveler's notebooks. This was my first, oh, let me focus actually. Traveler's notebook from Chic Sparrow. It's the personal size Mr. Darcy. I absolutely love and adore this traveler's notebook. If y'all haven't seen details about it, rummage through my videos, you'll see a lot about this Mr. Darcy because he's the first. Okay, so I'm going to open it up so that you can see. I believe I have an insert in here that I made. Okay, so here's an insert that I made, and all this is just cardstock decorative paper. You can buy it at Hobby Lobby, which is where I got mine, or they sell them at Michael's, Joann's, any art and craft supply store, retailer probably have these things. It doesn't have to be decorative. You can actually get plain cardstock paper, which is what I started with, and you can also get this at those retailers that I mentioned. You definitely want to make the cover of the insert bigger. In this case, I wanted mine flush, but most people prefer the covers to be bigger than the actual paper inside of it. I like my stuff flush. So that's the back of it. And then let me just show you. Let me see if I can find the middle. Okay, I found the middle to this booklet, and let's see if you can see it. Okay, this I was just testing a hour by hour or 30-minute, 15-minute increment schedule. I was testing it because I didn't know if I wanted to have something like this in my traveler's notebook, because this is my everyday carry. One of them anyway. I have 3 different sizes now because of my handbag sizes. I don't even have a rubber band on here. All you need is just a thing of rubber bands. You can get them at Staples, even at those other craft stores that I mentioned. I just wrap it around the middle. Not sure why I don't have the rubber band in here, but that's what I do. I'm having my cup of coffee. I know it's chipped. I don't care. It was a gift from a friend, and y'all know I am a Star Wars fanatic. So, and those who watched Obi-Wan recently, oh my goodness, I loved it. And this is so cool. The mug lights up the lightsabers. It glows whenever it's hot, and then it disappears whenever it's cold. I think that's so cool. I don't know where she got it. Probably Amazon, who knows. Okay, so, let me get back to my video. Okay, first things first, y'all, don't get too crazy about it. It doesn't have to be exactly the measurements that these manufacturers make. It can be to whatever you want it to be, because it's your traveler's notebook and your insert. When I started, I made some of them wider than the normal inserts. So these inserts are bigger than what I got from Paper Penguin. That's okay. Like I said, you can make it to whatever. I ended up making templates so it's easier for me to just trace. I'm going to start off with the big one, which is the A5. Let me move this aside. Okay, so the materials you'll need is a ruler, a pencil, scissors. That's all you need for just regular printer paper for 8.5 by 11 inches. The A5 insert size is basically taking that letter paper and then folding it in half. I'm going to use my bone folder because I have one. You don't need one, but whatever I purchase, I want to use because that would be a waste if I have it and I don't use it, right? That's another way of saving money. And my channel is still about saving money, so there'll be more videos of that soon. And this is actually a way to save money, so you're not buying all those booklets. Those booklets can get pretty expensive. So if you make it yourself with just a matter of a few minutes of your time, you won't have to spend so much. Here is it folded in half. And I apologize if there's any glare. To me, natural lighting is the best. And I have to do it at a certain time of day. Otherwise, the lighting is awful. And I prefer natural lighting. Okay, so here it is. It's folded. Now my template is actually shorter. So you can see. It's about 1/2 inch shorter. Okay, let me give you an example. So here's one of my first A5 sizes. This is the second TN that I got from Chic Sparrow. It's the Drummond Austin leather, if anyone wants to know. This is the first insert that I made for the A5. As you can see, that's the size. Only because you don't want your inserts to be as tall as your cover, because then you'll get overhang, and you don't want overhang. See, you have a little bit of room, and that's what you want. And on the top too, you want just a little bit of room, just in case you want to have tabs or something like that. Okay, so the A5, that's the easiest. Now, you can cut 1/2 inch. However, I got this little baby. It's about 10 bucks. I got it at Michael's. You can get them at Hobby Lobby, Joann's, all these art supply stores that I mentioned. The only reason why I got one of these is because I felt it was an investment. I felt I was going to be making a lot of inserts, so it actually, as far as the long run, it's going to save me money. I'm not going to get a really expensive one. Some of them can go up in the range of about $100. And I don't own an Etsy shop. I'm not going to be making booklets and selling them, so there's no purpose for me to buy the higher price item. This can do about 10 pages. I've tried it. That's the max that you would want to do. But, you know, if you want to keep your blade longer, then you can, you know, do less than that at a time. It's up to you. But this has an extender, and it's good for bigger sheets. I normally don't use that. Let me just show you. That way y'all get an idea of how I do it. So I just folded the sheet, right? And then, where's the 1/2 inch mark? Okay, the 1/2 inch mark is about right here. Okay, like I said, you can use a scissor if you want to, and you could just cut this along, blah, blah, blah. I want efficiency, so I make 10 of these, and then I just go in here, or I should say 5 of these, because, you know, when you fold it in half, it becomes 2. So anyway, I line it up, and it's got, the reason why I like this whiskers is because it has like a metal cord or something like that that shows where you're cutting, that follows the blade. Alright, easy as that. And now you have an A5. Basically, this is 2 sheets. Don't throw these away. I use them for scraps. I can stamp on them, make little letterheads, things like that, or color them or paint them and cut them up. And I'm a big proponent of using as much of the product in order to not waste and spend money. Okay, look, you guys are getting a budgeting a budgeting video in the same video of how to. Okay. So there you are. And I'm actually going to make 2 just to show you how I put the rubber band. And see, I'll show you. You don't need a bone folder, look. See? But I do a lot of these, so that's why I use this, because, you know, my wrist, I do a lot of typing for work, so, you know, it doesn't put a lot of pressure on my wrist. Okay, so, and then an inch. See, now I'm just using my, I'm just tracing my template, the one that I just did, so that'll be easier. Just makes things easier or fast. All about efficiency. Alright, so now all you do is you take your 2 sheets, put them inside of one another, and then for the purposes of this, I'm going to make the cover a little bit taller. I would say like 1/4 inch. Fold this cardstock in half. This is where this bone folder becomes beneficial, because with harder cardstock paper, to me it's harder, for me anyway. If you're a youngin', then you're good to go. You have a lot of strength. And I'm not a youngin', not a spring chicken. Now one thing is, after you get done doing this, okay, you're going to notice that there's going to be a little bit of overhang. So what you can do is take your paper then, after you make your cover, and cut it down a little bit so that there's no overhang on the booklet. The size of this cardstock paper is the same as printer paper, the 8.5 by 11 inches. You can use 12 by 12 paper, like from the Paper Studio. You can get these at the craft stores as well. Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Michael's. Probably get better results with these. If you want more room for this 12 by 12, you get a lot more wiggle room. I'm gonna eyeball it, y'all, because I'm so used to doing these booklets now. I just eyeball them in terms of the cover. Just like that much. Okay. Just a hair. Okay, now you see, I just want 1/4 of an inch right there. Then I'm going to go ahead and do 1/4 of an inch here, just to make everything seamless. And this one I'm just going to eyeball as well. And I put both of those in there, make it easier. Alright, so now I'll show you with the rubber band how it's going to look like. If you want to be a little extra, you can get one of these. It's a corner page cutter. I didn't get it at first because I thought, oh, it's kind of a waste of money. But I tell you what, it makes things so much easier not having to accidentally, like, I don't know how many times I've poked myself. And after you get poked so many times and in the pain, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna finish off these edges. I'm gonna show you. I do that with the edge of the cover as well. There you go. Okay, so I've done all the corners. You just get your A5. You find the band that you want it on. And then there you go. You have a nice booklet. It's not as wide as the normal A5 that you get at the bookstore, but if you want to go that route, you can get, instead of printer paper, you can get the legal size documents. I don't get those because I don't use them when I print regular stuff, and I'm all about use what you have. I'm not going to go out and buy extras just to do something else. And it's worked out perfectly. I have a booklet right here and it's fine. And the only reason why I got this particular one, I think it was like on clearance for like $1. I'll get that for $1. Okay, enough about that. So there's that. And now you have your insert in there. I'm not going to do them for all of these because that would be entirely long video that's dull and boring, I'm sure, that y'all don't want me to go through all of these. It's the same process. Now, the B6 size, it's about, if you fold your paper in half, it is about, let's see, it's about 0.75 inches. Not exactly 1 inch. But I mean, it's up to you. If you want it taller, fine. If you want it shorter, fine, go even shorter. Okay, and then the width, same thing, 0.75 inches. Because the A5 and the B6, they are more square than, let's just say, the personal size is more rectangular. The personal size is 1 inch shorter in width from the B6 size, and 1/4, 0.25 inches, 1/4 of an inch shorter in height from the B6 size. And then the A6 size from the B6. Now the A6 size is also same thing. It's more of a square. It's close to about 1/2 inch, not quite, as far as width. And then as far as height, it's 1.5 inches shorter from the B6 size. Now let me show you. This is my B6 creme from Chic Sparrow in the chocolate color, if anybody cares. And this is a Leuchtturm. And this is actually a B6 plus size, which is a little bit taller, but I didn't care. That's what was in stock at Barnes & Noble, and so I went for it. and I wanted to try Leuchtturm because the paper apparently is really good. I made it a little bit shorter. And by the way, I did this template before I got the Leuchtturm. When I got this cover, this TN cover, I wanted to already start using it. So that's why I made my own covers. I had no template at all. I didn't have any books. I just used the measurements from the Traveler's Notebook themselves on the Chic Sparrow website in order to determine what kind of inserts I wanted. And that's how I got my measurements. I just kind of made these measurements up on my own. And you can do the same. You can just do whatever fits your fancy. So, and the original template that I had, I actually made it a little bit wider because I wanted more writing space as far as width. Let me show you the original one I made. The original template was wider. That's the best thing about making your own inserts. Alright, so that's that. And then the A6. Alright, for the A6, here's my Emma Austin leather, if anybody cares. And these books, like I said, I made these on my own. And here's the middle of one of these booklets. And again, I based it off of the cover, so it is wider and taller. Let me show you why I wanted to show that A6 cover, because this is a Pocket Plus from Chic Sparrow, and this is the creme brulee in the creme leather. And this is an A6 Stylogy in it. So look at my template compared to the A6 Stylogy. I made mine a little bit wider than the Stylogy, just about 1/4 of an inch wider, and I made mine almost 1/2 inch shorter than the normal A6. So like I said, you can make it however you want. And then for the pocket, this is the Huckleberry creme leather pocket size. Regular pocket, not Pocket Plus. And all of these books are homemade. And again, the template that I made is based off of the measurements from the Chic Sparrow Traveler's Notebook cover, and I made my measurements based off of how I wanted my books to fit. Just to give you an idea, this Moleskine, I got this after the fact, and like I said, I wanted to try the Moleskine paper, and after I tried it, I really liked it, so I figured I'd try the pocket just to see how well it does in my pocket planner, if I like the size of it. And if you, as you can see, my template is about 1/4 of an inch shorter in width and almost 1/2 inch, almost, not exactly 1/2 inch shorter than the normal pocket Moleskine. Alright, I think that concludes my video of making your own inserts. I highly recommend it. It saves a lot of money. And when you're desperate to get extra books because you write so much, you don't have to go out to the store and try looking for inserts. You can make your own. But like I said, all you need as far as supplies is scissors, pencil, a ruler, and printer paper. These things, the paper corner cutter and the bone folder, these are just extras and you don't have to get them. For me, I just felt I'd be more efficient in making them. And time is also money, but don't go all out and buy like the most expensive paper cutter. You don't need that. If you have an Etsy shop, yeah, I can understand, but anyway. Oh, almost forgot. And rubber bands. I didn't invest in a stapler, the long stapler for books. I'm considering it. I don't know if that's something that I'm going to invest in, because I wasn't sure if I was going to continue making my own books or if I was going to resort to buying the other books, depending on how much I love the paper of those other books, because really it is kind of a luxury as far as those books like Leuchtturm, Moleskine, Stylogy. If you're in love with the paper, that's why you buy them. It's the type of paper they make. I'm not a paper maker, and I know that it takes a lot to make that kind of paper. You have to have skill. Or you could just buy loose paper from the makers of those type of paper, and that's an added expense. If I'm going to make my own books, I'm just going to use my printer paper. To me, you can do whatever you want. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and let me know if you have any questions. And I appreciate the video requests as well as all the questions they all have. It helps my channel whenever you show interest, so I appreciate that. And let me know if there's any other videos that you're interested in me making. I'm open to those things. I just want to say thank you for all the new subs that subbed recently. Thanks for the subs that have been with me for quite some time. And I look forward to sharing more, and I will see y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.